Hello, welcome back to IT Landy. A quick overview about Azure. We covered how Azure basically it's structured. Next is we talk about the Azure Resource Manager. Most recent management features set to in ASM or classic terminologies within Microsoft Azure like manageable Azure entity, VM, storage, SQL. Resource groups are containers for resource sharing, the same lifecycle template declarative language, which is JSON, um, catalog of the templates, which is the template itself, and resource provider, a service that supplies a resource, and it could be Microsoft.compute, Microsoft.storage, and so on. And then you can use tags to differentiate according to the requirement. We move on to the next, which is RG, it's a resource groups, like we got Canada East or Canada West, and you can see underneath it you will have a VNET, NSGs, and the cloud storage. And then basically you can link two regions like Canada East, Canada basically West, or it could be two resource groups like Canada, both in Canada East, like resource group 1, RG1, RG2, and you can see like how we can, the relationship will be maintained between resource groups. So one maybe VNet storage on NSG, the second one will be compute storage, but however, there's a relationship between the east and the two with the one, and they sit underneath the same basically let's say subscription, but however a different component will be managed by different logical division. Now interface, we can utilize like REST APIs, libraries like .NET, Java, Python, Ruby, Node.js. We have Azure portal, we can use command line, AZ command, Windows on CLI on like Ubuntu, Linux, and so on. Yeah, it's one of the basic examples I'm just going to cover for you is using like CLI version 2. You can do AZ login, AZ account set /s mobile demo, AZ create resource groups. You can give it a name. AZ VM create, that will give it a name to the VM, name of the resource groups, and image itself. These very basic examples how you can automate or create Windows or Linux, VM. Or you can do navigating to the portal, Azure portal, and you can from the Azure portal, you can navigate to all services, search for a VM, create a VM, and then that will allow you to create the VM itself. Yeah. Next, very basic ARM template structure. You can have the resource at the top, then the API version, which is really crucial. Sometimes you need to update it if you have some old templates. Then the type is Microsoft Storage. In this scenario, I'm doing storage account, and then I need to provide a name and region and the SKU for my account. Is it LRS or GRS, whatever your need? Is it standard, premium, and what kind of storage? Yeah, and then as of we mentioned earlier, it's a JSON, so we need to close the brackets, and don't forget to close the curly bracket as well. This is the template itself, the resource, and then you can see the version, simple Windows replication, and then you can put a tag in this scenario like finance and so on. Overall, the ARM template will look like this: nested database, nested web app, nested VMs, and then you have a reference and you have the resource groups and the relationship between them with the parents itself. We move on to the next. We can utilize a tool like VS Code to edit my template, or you can explore Portal, or you can utilize the AZ command line to deploy. I mean, this is like just a high level. You can see, for example, I can log in if I have multiple subscription. I need to set subscription like AZ account, set hyphen hyphen subscription, and then subscription ID, and then hyphen hyphen maybe a tenant ID. Okay. And if you have multiple, I don't know, tenants, then you specify the tenant. If you have multiple subscriptions, you specify subscription. Then you go down to create, then you provide the resource group allocation where you want your resource group. Then you can go next and you can provide or like a resource in this scenario like a VM creation, or you can deploy your the template basically. AZ group deployment create. You give it a name, you say resource group, You give a name, then you give a name to the path itself. Where's the template hyphen path? This is really basic because in case you came across some challenges of utilizing the portal and maybe allow you to use AZ command from the Azure again shell, or it could be from your machine connecting to Azure and you can run the same commands. Yeah, it's really crucial. Again, AZ group deployment, create, name, example of the deployment, and then resource group, and then you might need another one like hyphen hyphen parameters as well if you want to push parameters, yeah, from your machine, because this is AZ deploy, and then you can do parameters as well, which will allow you to deploy your customized template across the portal. One thing I need to highlight as well, I mean, it's not meant for Azure, but like Azure DevOps, Jenkins, I don't know, other tools, Terraform, other stuff. There are some tools which you can utilize and integrate, and they basically, you might be able to replace the ARM if needed, or you can utilize the ARM to deploy. Yeah. That's all what I have for you for today. Hopefully the ARM structure help you. Next, we will do the logging and see how we can do a logging in Azure. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.